Good evening, Dr. Wegner. It's Michaela Zimmerman. This is my friend Dean Brewer.
Hello.
And this is Simba John Donatello. The first poem I'll be reading is Dear John, Dear Coltrane, Michael S. Harper. Sex finger toes in the marketplace, near your father's church in Hamlet, North Carolina. Witness to this love in this calm fallow of these minds. There is no substitute for pain. Genitals gone or going, seed burned out. You tuck the roots in the earth, turn back and move by river through the swamps, singing a love supreme, a love supreme. What does that all mean? Loss so great each black woman expects your failure and mute change. The seed gone. You plod up into the electric city, your song now crystal and the blues. You pick up the horn with some will and blow into the freezing night. A love supreme, a love supreme. Dawn comes and you cook up the thick sin tween impotence and death. Fuel the tenor sax cannibal, heart, genitals, and sweat that makes you clean. A love supreme, a love supreme. Why you so black? 'Cause I am. Why you so funky? 'Cause I am. Why you so black? 'Cause I am. Why you so sweet? 'Cause I am. Why you so black? 'Cause I am. A love supreme, a love supreme. So sick you couldn't play Nyama. So flat we ached for song you concealed with your own blood. Your diseased liver gave out its purity. The inflated heart pumps out the tenor kiss, the tenor love. A love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme. The second poem is by Paul Laurence Dunbar, We Wear the Mask. We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but oh, great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh, the clay is vile beneath our feet and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask. The next poem is by Lucille Clifton. It's called The Praise Song. Praise song to my Aunt Blanche, who rolled from grass to driveway into the street one Sunday morning. I was 10. I had never seen a woman hurl her basketball of a body into the traffic of the world. Praise to the drivers who stopped in time. Praise to the faith with which she rose after some moments, then slowly walked, sighing, back to her family. Praise to the arms which understood little or nothing of what it meant, but welcomed her in without judgment, accepting it all like children might, like God. The final poem is Music to Interrogate by Terence Hayes. When they ask what you did when you found the man crouched at your door, his blood greening the steps, you will have to say he was not there. I did not see him. The noise spread to the edge of the state. You had no power, but what you had was the same color as power, like rain in the thread of a jacket. What did you do after spitting out the name of your leader? Were there no bullets to trouble him? Was there no spell to bind him? When they ask what you did when you heard of the prisoners, when you heard of the war against ideas, when they beat strangers from their houses, what will you say? Who cares about the fires beyond your porch? When the war spread the brothers and fathers, blood of your age, to the borders, what did you do? The children will ask. When the wafer of destruction lay in your mouth, and the men in charge charged men and sent men charging, when the field was charged, the oil at its heart, the burials cocooned, where were your feet? They'll ask, and what will you say? I will have to admit I was one of them. I believed the holes would be erased. Our leader knew this floating up a mountain on the backs of soldiers. I wanted only to be free. a cup of water if not rain. But the war spread to the edges of the state. Narrow closets opened in the field. The petals were white as cuffs. What I had was the same as power, a dampness in the thread of an old jacket. There was something sad and unforgiving about our leader's accent, his short yellow tongue like a pencil with no eraser. When they ask or wonder without asking what I did, when I saw the slick and shameful, the naked men hanging on an inch from the ground, when they ask what I did when I herded the prisoners, when I herded the wars against ideas, when they exiled strangers, what will I say? That's why God, etc. Who said you need not arm your children, nor send them off to war? Who cares about the past worn smooth by error and friction? The wafer of damage lay charged in my mouth, bleeding its oil. I walked the back roads of my property with one shoe untied and the other in my hand. What'd you think about those?
I thought it was interesting. I feel like each of them kind of explored the nuances of human life and personal identity and everything from the good, the bad, the ugly in the case of this last poem, and also personal identity. The one that I related to the most, I feel like, was wearing the mask.
I like that one too.
Because we put on a front, especially in today's culture, but people don't realize what's really going on inside us. So I think of all those, wearing the mask was really profound.
I think that one was my favorite one. I also like the one where the praise song. What'd you think of the praise song?
I thought it was kind of funny, kind of humorous, but at the same time, it's also captures just the little nuances of life, the memories that we make, even from something as simple as watching our aunt go to her driveway. You know, just it's the little things in life that count sometimes, and I think we as a society have forgotten how to step back and remember that.
Yep. Is there anything else you would like to say?
I'd say the scope of these 4 poems were extremely broad, but at the same time, they all kind of had their own little niche scenarios and environments and contexts, and it was kind of neat getting to hear all of them. I will say the music that we interrogate by was pretty unsettling, but it just kind of goes to show that actions have consequences.
Yeah. So the reason I chose all these poems was because they had deep emotion. They were very unsettling, as Dean said. They made you think about things, and they made you question what you were reading. And I almost like the shock value that I saw in them, whether it was something that we were masking ourselves, or like the poem where it talks about the music interrogating by, or the anger that's against John Coltrane. I mean, there was some pretty shocking things in these poems. So I chose it for their shock value, their emotional vibrancy, and things of that nature. So
wide gamut of human emotions that is the human mind.
Yeah, I think that every emotion that could possibly be felt is demonstrated in these poems. Kind of reminded me of the Appassionata.
Kind of reminds me of the Appassionata and the Pathétique as well.
Well, more so the Appassionata, because you have the whole gamut, and that sonata ends in minor as well. So sad stuff. Anyway, thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day. Say goodbye, Simmy John.
Have a good night.
Goodbye, Dr. Wegner. Oh, it's still going. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Say goodbye, Sibba. Woof. Woof.